Hey everybody, welcome back to another review. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content channel as of late. Excuse me if you hear some noise in the background, my brother's just playing guitar. And I got some dinner here, so I'm going to try to make this review short and sweet. Because honestly, I don't even think I have a whole lot to say about this one, because it is by definition, as the series is, it is what it is, you know? So, you understand what I mean by that as I get into this review. But as I said in my last video, me and my brother did a double feature, and this is the other film that we went and saw together. That film that I'm going to be discussing today is Jackass, Best and Last. This is directed by Jeff Tremaine, I believe his name is, who of course has helmed the other Jackass movies. I don't know if he was involved in the show or anyway, but this is of course Jackass. If you guys are not familiar with Jackass, this is, the show with Johnny Knoxville, where him and his buddies come together, and they do a lot of, just for lack of a better word, stupid things. They just, do very obnoxious things that hopefully YouTube will be fine with me showing, at least from the trailers and stuff like that they put out. But as the title suggests, this is their last film. This is their last time doing this together. They're, much older now, they're pushing past 50, so makes sense, as to why this would be their last time together. But they come back together for this as they reminisce, and they also do a few other new stunts to put themselves through hell. So if you're not familiar with Jackass at this point, Jackass as it stands, it is not a film. These are not movies. I've said that before. These are not movies. At best, these are documentaries. These are documentations of people coming together, a bunch of buddies coming together, doing what they want to do, and doing some stupid things along the way. And if you're familiar with that, and you like that sort of feeling, and you like just seeing people just doing that sort of flavor, in a lot of ways it's like frat boy humor and stuff like that, gross out type of humor, obviously. If you're in for that sort of feeling, then, Jackass just does that. That's just what they do. That's the kind of flavor that they bring to these things. And that's what I mean by saying, when I say that it is what it is, right? There's no story arcs, there's no, like elongated skits or whatever like that. These dudes just come together, they put themselves through hell, and that's all they do. And the humor that comes from that is just seeing them pushing themselves to their limits, doing these obnoxious things. And I gotta say, I had a blast. I had such a fun time with this. It is, just as I said, it is what it is. These guys are just doing what they want to do, and the only thing I will say about this is that, obviously, them being older, they cannot do as much stunt work. So a lot of the film's time is also reminiscing, showing you previous stunts, that they've done in the past, some of which have never been shown before, because of censorship back then. So in this, they're now allowed to show you other things that they had not been able to show you in the past. So they start off the movie with a very alarming stunt, to be honest. I was very nervous with when Johnny Knoxville did this specific stunt. I won't say what it was, just so don't spoil it for you, but I was very nervous. Very, very nervous when he performed that stunt. Thankfully, he was fine, but it was very, very nerve-wracking. And, they do a few new things here and there, especially the last thing that they do at the end. I was bursting out laughing. It was just so freaking hilarious. And, my theater also was having quite a ball with it as well. So it does what it seeks out to do. I never go into these movies with, a certain lens or looking at it from a certain framework, like, oh, I hope they get this right, or hope that the film works as a movie should, whatever like that. It's not built to be that way. At best, like I said, it's like a documentary, and I enjoy always seeing these dudes, it's just hilarious seeing what they do. And you can tell that they care about each other. At the end of the day, these movies, I use movies very loosely when describing Jackass, but when you watch these films, it's just about guys hanging out, and they respect and love each other. And you can tell from watching the films that they're not, even though they go very hard, with the stunts, and they will try to do certain things to each other. it's all for fun. They're not doing it to be jerks. I mean, they're doing it just, partially a little bit. That's why it's called Jackass. But they're also doing it because, hey, they that's just what they do. They love each other and respect each other, and at the end of the day, it's all love. So and it's bittersweet knowing that it's the last one, but also, yes, because they are getting a lot older, and if they are to do anything remotely close to what they've done in the past, obviously they probably would not be around. So, but it was a fun time. It was fun to reminisce. It was also fun to see them do a few more stunts, and that last one specifically, that had me very much laughing for a long, long time. This one guy just could not stop laughing after that one stunt was done. So it's bittersweet, but ultimately I had a really fun time, and in essence, that is how it is made to be. It's just built for fun, and it's just built for just that pure entertainment satisfaction, and it works on that level for me. I wish that there was more stunts, in the department of new stuff, but understandably so. I get why that's the case, but it's still a fun ride, even with the reminiscing and with the new stuff, and it's a little sad, to know that they won't be doing more in the future, but I'm glad that we got one more ride out of it. So those are my thoughts on Jackass Best and Last. It was a fun time. I had a fun time with it, and I'm glad that I'm glad for the for the experience, So, but those are my thoughts on Jackass Best and Last. You guys, what are your thoughts on Jackass Best and Last? If you guys went and checked it out, your guys' thoughts on Jackass, both as a series and as films. So let me know, what were your favorite stunts, what were your favorite, gags, all the stuff that they did. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until then, I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.